while
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. Will the Treasurer inform the House how the Morrison government's significant economic support, combined with real momentum of the vaccine rollout, will ensure greater business certainty in the future as restrictions are eased and lockdowns become more unlikely? And is the Treasurer aware of any alternative policies?
The Treasurer has the call.
Well, thank you very much, Mr.
Treasurer.
Speaker, and I thank the member for Moncrief for her question, acknowledge her experience in small business before coming to this place. And indeed, there are lots of businesses in the honourable member's electorate that are doing it very tough right now, particularly in the tourism sector. That is why the Morrison government joined with the Queensland State Government in a $600 million support package for small businesses across her electorate and indeed across the wider state of Queensland. Now, Mr. Speaker, the last 18 months have been very difficult for Australians. Businesses have closed, people have been working from home, and kids haven't been able to join their classmates in the classroom. And we have responded to this crisis with an unprecedented amount of economic and health support. And most recently, that economic support has took the form of a COVID disaster payment of up to $750 a week for people who have lost hours of work. $4 billion out the door to 1.6 million Australians. And with every state and territory, we have reached an agreement to provide business support on a 50-50 funding split. Now, Mr. Speaker, that economic support is absolutely vital in the immediate short term in enabling those businesses to survive and those families to get through the crisis. But it's not a sustainable long-term solution, government support. The only sustainable long-term solution to this crisis is that we stick to the plan agreed at National Cabinet, Mr. Speaker. 70% and 80% vaccination rates, which are now in sight. Now, the Australian people are keeping their end of the bargain. They are rolling up their sleeves in record numbers to get the jabs, 215 jabs a minute across the country. It's up to the state premiers and to the chief ministers, together with the Prime Minister, to stick to the plan that was agreed at National Cabinet, Mr. Speaker, because that plan is a pathway out of this crisis. And we heard today from the world-leading Doherty Institute that whether you start with 30 cases or 800 cases, you can open up safely. That is what the Doherty Institute said today. And the Doherty Institute also said zero COVID forever is unrealistic, Mr. Speaker. That's the conversation that the Australian people need to hear, that it's a fallacy that you can eliminate COVID. You must learn to live with it, just as other countries are doing right now, and just as we in Australia have done so with other infectious diseases.
I'll now give the call to the member for Clark.
Thank you, Speaker.